What is up? What is up, my team? Hello, man. Are we back or what? Oh, my goodness, you guys. Make sure to throw those A's in the chat. If you can hear your boy speak, please do me a favor. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Do everything necessary to get this thing to live long, thrive, and survive. Welcome back, my team. Welcome back, everybody. Damn it, man. Today was an absolutely tough day in the market, right? I understand. I freaking get it. I'm not sure if you guys ended up catching any of my posts that I was talking about from today, right? On the videos for AMC and GME. Guys, I mean, are you going to blame it on the glitch or what, man? You're blaming it on the Henny? I don't know what the hell's going on out there, but NYSE was drunk as fuck, and they absolutely let the freaking hounds of hell take over a whole bunch of tickers, including which one? The magical one, right? Berkshire Hathaway. How the hell do you let that escape? Somebody gonna get fired, man. That was absolutely wild. I don't know. I don't understand why that even happened in the first place. Who did that? By the way, who did that? Raise your hand right now if you did that shit. I'm gonna fire your ass, man. What is up, my team? In the chat inside of the Discord, they're saying, "Daddy, chill." Listen, man, it was options who broke the market. But it's okay, you guys. We have to find out what the hell is going on. You know what? Actually, no. I left a video saying that there might not be a resolve on that, right? Why? Because whatever issue comes up to the SEC, to the DTCC, whatever issues arise, right, they don't tend to fix them immediately. Those issues tend to get fixed around 5 years down the line. And then we're left with this, like, distant memory of, like, this ghost of a memory that actually never we contemplated. Did it even exist? We were like, whoa, did that happen that one time? I thought we were over that. And then it's not. But then guess what? Then it gets masked as some other issue, and then we're supposed to kind of endure it again, except that this time it's called something else. Oh my goodness, guys, the market is absolute lunacy. I don't know what the heck is going on out there, right? But it is happening, and we're unfortunately dealing with it, right? But I guess we're here to try to support. And guess what, you guys? In the market today, the Arca Bulls team still, we managed to make over 200% on, I'm talking about almost each person, right? I can't guarantee everyone, right? Because it really is going to take like some balls to really release, like, okay, you know what? The team is going in right here. Maybe I should do it, right? You get reluctant. And then you're thinking to yourself, what if it just doesn't work? Right? So, it's okay. But we are here together. We got to make sure to support each other. And we have to make sure to observe the plays as best as we can. Right? But the gap up, I think from the scenarios that we were looking at yesterday, the gap up was one of those, right? I think it was the, did we do an extreme gap up on this? Was it, we ended up gapping up the open, right? Was, what the hell was it today, guys? The open must have been somewhere around $35. Or that was the pre-market, right? No, it was around $39, around $40. Incredible stuff, guys. That's just massive price action. If we come back into here and take a look at the chart, yeah, it looks like we kind of opened up way up there in the $40 valuation, man. So the price action declined almost immediately. If you haven't seen the video for GME, it's okay. I can go ahead and explain to you in a gist, right, what happened. And let's look at this like this, right? Let's go ahead and create a new chart here. I'm going to show you exactly what happened. We're going to pair this with the SPY. I want you to observe it, because why the SPY? Because those were one of the tickers, or the direct affected tickers from the NYSE glitch that is still being surveilled, or is still being under observation, or is still being investigated, or whatever you want to call it. Whatever those 3-digit figures are doing out there, or pretending to do, right? They're doing their thing out there to investigate why the happenings happened. So we're gonna sit our asses patiently here for 5 years and find out what the fuck happened, right? But let's go ahead and take a look at the combination between, or the correlation between the SPY and GME. Let's go ahead and just do this on the hourly chart, right? And bring it up right in here. So this is the SPY. We're going to put it on the new price pane. If you have trading view, right, just add that little plus sign on the top left and you'll be able to see it clearly. All right, so now what we want to do is put it in the candles and see what the hell the deal was. Right, here we go. So naturally, right, we want to minimize the outlook here. We want to at least keep control over what we're observing. Here we go. So this the neon green represents GME, and the light green, right, that represents the SPY. So go ahead and take a look at the SPY against GME right here, right? So this is GME, remember, and this is the SPY. Take a look at the correlation on it, right? Right at the market open, we ended up capitulating. So it's, actually it started dropping red in the pre-market too. So we started capitulating alongside the SPY. Why? Well, remember one thing. We were talking about this. No. We have been talking about this now for the better part of a week. We noticed that there was a deep correlation between the SPY and GME. And GME, since it's a parent to AMC, right? AMC, it's the sympathy to it. It also affects AMC in turn. So, of course, this magical glitch happens in the market as soon as Roaring Kitty says that he has like a freaking $74 billion position on GME, and then everybody goes freaking wild, and then all of a sudden the glitch, dun fucking dun. That is absolutely wild, guys. I don't know what the hell to even say about that. I'm completely dumbfounded by it, and I still feel like retail is owed one on this one, man. That's not cool. Somebody say sorry to retail. And I hope you're from the SEC. All right, anyway, so let's go ahead and take a look at, why don't we do this? Why don't we take a look at the manipulation chart? Why don't we do that? Let's bring up composure. Let's bring up one of the algorithms here to see if we can catch any of that foul play within the immediate short-term time frame signatures. Okay, so we're going to bring up composure. This is the ARQ series indicators, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at that now. And you know what? We're going to go ahead and make sure that we can single out that criteria, right? So we're going to make sure that the X that marks the manipulation in the market, we'll make sure to put it below so that it shows up down here, right? Now be aware, I know that it's going to be a little tough for you to see, but that slightly hazed orange area is the pre-market, and the blue area is your post-market, right? So this is why we only have a post-market right now. Nice little pump to the upside, by the way, towards the end of the post-market session. Let's go ahead and load up the immediate short term. All right, so nothing here on the 30-minute. Good deal. Nothing here on the 15-minute. Let's continue. Nothing yet on the 15-minute or 10-minute or 5-minute, apparently. Oh, wait. What is that? Is that a signal? Yes, it fucking is. And where is it? Where is it located, this signal? Well, guess what? It's in the first 10 minutes of the trade. What do you know? I can't even, I don't know what to say, guys. I have a feeling here that we kind of knew what we were getting ourselves into from the get-go in starting to search this right here, right? But we freaking caught it, of course. Hidden in plain sight in broad daylight, getting robbed here, right? This is the 5-minute time frame. Let's go ahead and pull this back even more. Let's get more granular. Let's go into the 4-minute time frame to see if we have any. Well, you know what? Let's mark it off first. Here you go. Let's do vertical line, of course. All right, now let's go ahead and take a look at that 4-minute time frame and continue. See how many more there are. Okay. Luckily for you, right? Nothing in the 4-minute. Let's continue. Let's see the 3-minute time frame. Okay. Good stuff. So far, it's not so bad. The bi-minute time frame. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Let's start putting them up. Put them dukes up. Here we go. This is one right here. This was, let's say, this is about 9:56. It's 10 a.m. Eastern time. Right? Okay, here's another one. Which, by the way, look at the opening of the candle. As soon as this thing flashed, right? 29.96. As soon as this thing goes off, of course, the price action comes down to 26.40. No big deal. $4, $3 or $4, 4 point decrease. It's all good. Decline, no problem. It's all good. You know what? It's just money, right? We all got it. Grows on trees. It's all good. Let's continue. Let's look at the 1-minute time frame. Oh my goodness. Here we go again. But this time with more shots, right? Take a look at that. We're going to catalog all this, right? Here's another one. Here's another one. Here's another one. And guess what? Here's another one too. Oh, I missed one. Hold on, guys. Even in the post hours, man, you're not, no. You're not going to get away, right? Even in the post hours, in case you were thinking about getting long or short, right here you go. Little smack in the ass right there real quick. So let's go to the 30-second interval and see what's up. All right, here the 30 second. Oh my goodness, we still have a couple more. And we have them in the pre-market. Oh, no big deal. Right? So we're going to just go ahead and count them. Just for the hell of it, right? We're just going to catalog them all and see what's up. It's like we're collecting X's right here, guys. This is a craft now. You know, it's like we went to the beach and we're collecting seashells now. This is literally how abundant the signal is. This is just ridiculous. And by the way, I'm not joking when I say that this is only marking off one day. Early pre-market, Euro market open, right? Into the regular pre-market, into intraday, and then post hours. So far, this is what you're observing here. By the way, this is probably the most busiest time of this has got to be a record here. I thought that FNGR or GTII had the record. Fuck no, man. And those were I'm talking about the span of maybe in a squeeze, like during a squeeze or during an upside, a massive upside. But no, this one clearly takes the cake by far. So if you want to go ahead and take a screenshot of this, right? Share it on Twitter X, right? Show people these are the manipulation signals that Arca Bulls found. You know that Arca Bull that you don't want to even go into yesterday. Here you go. That's yesterday in just one of the time frames. We're going to stop right here just because this is just absolutely ridiculous. So let's count them off now, right? These are your signals of manipulation for just today. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn, I'm sorry. I got to actually get really in there because apparently there are some that are grouped together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. Oh my goodness. Lucky 21. Guys, 21 iterations of manipulation in different time frames all through the price action today. So if you wanted to know what it took to prevent retail from continuing to the upside, it took them to take down Berkshire Hathaway, the SPY, the Qs, the Dow, whatever else they took down. And 21 shots of manipulation on the very asset itself, on the underlying. Is it just me, or does that sound like absolute lunacy? That's because it fucking is. That is absolute lunacy. You guys, I mean, this thing gapped up all the way to $40. Now, I want to show you, just to be fair, right? To be fair, we did speculate on the potential pullback because we did get a monthly open, right? So usually when you get the closure of any candle, really, when you get the opening of the following candle and the closure of the previous one, you tend to pull back statistically 44 to around 50% the previous candle. It doesn't always happen, but it does have a high batting average. It does have a good strike rate, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at that larger time frame on GME. And we're also going to do this for AMC and see what's up, right? Let's go ahead and pull that up right now. I think we might have it here somewhere. You know, we can observe it on this here. That's okay. And let's get rid of the drawings and keep it real simple. Let's go to the monthly because we just opened up the monthly candle, right? Here we go. So since we opened up the monthly candle right up here at this top side, remember red candles open on top, right? Green candles open at the bottom. All good. Since we opened that red top, right? This is the brand new monthly candle that we just opened. And look at the size of the prior candle, right? It's enormous. So that usually means that we retrace 50% the prior candle, or 44 to 50%, right around there, right? So let's take a look at that retracement, because the way that we put it down on the team this morning when we were observing the potential pullback, we did this. And it's really as simple as this. We're just going to go ahead and highlight here using a box. The box is going to give us the center, right? You can already see the center. See it? The little dotted white line in between the box? Okay, so the reason why I started here is because that's where the top of the month is. Let's bring this all the way down to the month low, right there. So we were observing a potential pullback to around 2640-ish, right? Because that's where the center is. That's your 50% pullback of that candle. What happened here is that we pointed out at something very curious. We noticed that there was a gap right here. That gap is located between 2803, which is pretty much where we closed, to about 2864. We pointed that out, right? By the way, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of some things here that can create confusion. I'm going to make sure that they're not there. Let's draw in that range for that gap. I want to show you how price action works here because we need to be on top of the game here. All right, so this is the area that we speculated on, which is, by the way, where we closed too. We were thinking, you know what? This is going to be a great area for us to get long if we're going to bottom tick this thing, right? So let's go down to the hourly time frame and take a look. Well, we were hella right? We got this huge upside, right? Price action kind of double topped, continued to the bottom side, and on the gap right here, we got a massive bounce. We were talking about the bottom side of 2803. We got entry here at 2789 for about an 80% trade to the upside, which subsided at around 3179 or around 32 from a low of 2805, guys, or 2803. So a massive, massive immediate short-term play just with that bounce. But then we were always saying, guys, if this thing fails, then the 50% retrace would likely be it. The 50%, of course, remember the box, right? Remember the box. Let's get rid of the price action here just so that you can see where that center is and the drawings and everything. Right here, that dotted white line, right? Can't get rid of the drawings. I need to show you it. All right, so let's go to the monthly. Just so we can widen it right here, right? There's the little dotted white line. There's the center. So let's go ahead and bring price action back. And let's look at that monthly candle to see where it retraced to. We'll take a look at that. Right at the center, like we were saying, right? The low of this is 2640. We were saying that it would be, we kind of just guessed it here. And we said that it would be around 2641, 2642, 43, around there. So we got that bounce. Very nice. Now, are we trying to say that this is the bottom side for GME? But I mean, we were able to call the bottoms here pretty nicely, but we weren't able to identify if that was it. Well, we're going to need to dive into shorter time frames to identify that potential, right? Let's go ahead and do that now. But remember, we already got the 50% retrace. But remember also that this is a monthly candle, and we could be dealing with this bouncing up and down of this mean here of that 50% for at least a few days. I'm not saying that it is what's going to happen. I'm just saying that the potential is there. So we have to make sure to take into consideration what those potentials are. But do we have strength coming in from the SPY? Well, I got to show you something on the SPY afterward. Remember, the SPY was the reason we ended up capitulating in the first place, because that's where the NYSE quote unquote glitch happened, right? And this is why we sold off. This is why shit went to the freaking floor, right? Blame it on retail. Blame it on the glitch. Blame it on the Henny. Here we go. So we ended up pushing to the upside from a low of 522.61. Up, and away. So there could be strength in the market. Let's observe the SPY first, because this is our index. SPY gives the strength to GME, GME to AMC. The chain works as is. It is what it is. We can't change it, right? So let's go ahead and observe here volatility versus momentum on the hourly time frame and see what's up. All right, here we go. Very nice upside thrust on the hourly time frame here, and we do have some. I really wish that we were more in the expanded critical phase up here, right? But let's continue. Let's take a look at now the bi-hourly time frame. Bi-hourly time frame is kind of pivoting towards the upside again. It's getting corrective. That's good, and it's inside of the gravitational zone for a continuation to the upside. That's very nice, but that tells me that that's it. The 3 hours downside, right? Very tiny little bleep there. And the 4 hour has that downside pivot too. It looks corrective though, but this is good because we ended up printing here a pretty nice green outside bar on a 4 hour time frame, which indicates continuation to the upside. Let's go ahead and look at the 6 hour because the 6 hour may still be pivoted up, and the 8 hour especially. Nice. What about the 8 hour? Very cool. But where's volatility? Look at that. We have a complete signature here. We could run an entire backtest off of the SPY, breaking to the upside from the 8 hour chart at this point here. And something tells me I may already have that back test. And I think the upside on this is equivalent to around, I want to say a 14.52% upside, if I remember and if I recall correctly. I'll look at it later. And for those of you inside of the Arca Bulls trading team, you'll get to know in the morning. So please go ahead and join by that chat, in the chat. Take a look at it. It's in the chat. The link, I just put it there. Make sure to hit the verification thing and hit the pound, right? If you're going to subscribe into the team, make sure to get into the team by using the server shop on your PC. Once you use it on your PC, then everything will be accessible through you on your phone, and then you're good to go. I want to see you there in the morning. I want to make sure that we can observe the markets the right way. All right, now let's take a look at the 12-hour. 12-hour time frame has an upside pivot as well. This looks corrective on volatility. It looks like it may actually pivot towards the upside. It's looking okay. What's the daily saying? The daily is absolutely contractive, and we're still on a downside pivot. Why? Because it hasn't seen the post-hours activity. It hasn't seen the continuation to the upside that we got, right? 527, we gotta push all the way to 529.36. It hasn't read that yet. So we're going to read that into the following day. It's looking okay. By the way, guys, I'm sorry I didn't say hello to everybody. I've been actually running really heavy, running really fast, right? But Stupid Bitcoin, I see you in there. Mark Roach, what is up? Aaron, how you doing? Guys, thank you so much for coming on by. Really appreciate everybody for streaming. Please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, do everything necessary, man, to get this thing to go and go and go. All right, so let's continue on. Now that we know that we have an immediate short-term upside pending, and what I mean by immediate short-term is that we're going to potentially see a continuation to the upside into, I would say, Euro close tomorrow. There could be a shift to the upside if not earlier. Now, that shift to the upside, what I mean by Euro close, is going to be about 8:30 a.m. Pacific time, 11:30 a.m. Eastern, 10:30 Central. That's your Euro close. Wait for it at that time. I think we're going to be able to see a potential shift in the price action leading into there. Now, the 4-hour time frame and even the 6-hour time frame are presenting something curious. In fact, I think I could best see it on the 4-hour. I gotta make sure that it is okay. This wick here, I can't really take that into consideration, right? But I will say that this is kind of a natural bull flag. So without taking this ridiculous target, or you know what, we will. But it is an outlier. And know that in statistics, when you have outliers, you usually leave them out, right? So let's go ahead and measure that move to the upside. After we get this top side here and the measured move, let's go ahead and observe what the potentials are for AMC. Okay, put it at the top area of your bull flag. You're looking at a target on the SPY of about 535, right? Nice. So that's telling us that we have an upside coming in. Good. Now, does GME and does AMC? Well, we had a pretty nice pump to the upside in the after hours. That's looking good. Volatility versus momentum. Let's shift it. Let's see. Let's take a look. That is a huge thrust to the upside here on the 10-minute time frame. Look at volatility here expanding. Very nice. What's the 15 saying? Huge upside pivot. Expansion in volatility. Nice. What's the 30 saying? Nice upside pivot, and it's corrective. We're about to get some expansion on this too. But stochastic momentum is already catching the upside before the transactions are changing. Good. Now, we're reliant on the 10-minute, 15 and 30 for the continuation to the upside. We have to make sure that the thrust that the 5, 10, and 15, or the 10, 15, and 30, the thrust that they're presenting has to be strong enough to surpass the targets of about 32.14 GME. If it passes this, well, I'm going to give it to you as a range instead of giving you as one target, right? This is your range right about here. 31.45 to 32.17, the 50% mark is 31.80. It is important. In order for us to get above this, we need more expansion. We need more transactions. Something tells me that there actually may be. Now that we heard that the freaking little kitty guy Roaring Kitty ended up holding his position, right? So if you guys haven't seen it, but there it is, and it's changing, and it's spreading, and it's spreading. Unusual Whales has now 1.9 million views on this, and the guy never let go of his position. which is just absolutely insane. Never let go, but he is up $85.4 million overall. Otherwise, he's up close to 50% his position. So that, and my buddy inside of the Arca Bulls trading team noticed that there was no volume on those contracts. There was really not that much volume. So which meant that he probably held because he is the majority position holder of those options contracts, right? It's up to 145 or 140,000 open interest on those contracts, which are, by the way, which are 100% purchased already, right? So let's go ahead and continue on the analysis here and see what we got. Now that we know that we have immediate short upside, take a look at the downside on the 5-minute though. That means that we have an opportunity to potentially get long, right? Okay, what could that be for us? Let's pull up some moving averages here and observe. Okay, well, that to me appears to be like it. $30.17. I'm going to go ahead and put this as a range though. I would say that $30.17 with a down force on that 5-minute brings it down, brings that moving average, that is, down to here. I would say $30. But now seeing that we have a fair value gap between this area here, there is a probability to even get it to the closing basis and opening basis of the next candle. I would say that it would be $29.85 to $30.07 on a pullback before a continuation to the upside. Does anyone have the price for GME right now? And also, is the price gone because they stopped trading? Right? It's sitting at $30.90 right now. Are you able to tell if this pulled back into the zone of $30.04 to $29.85? We ended up closing at about $30.36. This is a bull flag. Let's measure it. So that means that we would get a measured move from this top side here to this bottom side here. And we're going to observe the potential target that it's giving us, okay? Of course, we always look at things like a range, right? Okay. So the range here is telling us that is about $30.98 from this immediate short-term time frame bull flag. Okay, now I'm being told by Turbo inside of the Arca Bulls trading team that this hit $30.96 and it's still going up. Well, what do you know? We're nailing the fucking target without seeing it, right? We're doing it again. Just like we did the last time, just like we did the time before that, and the time before, and the time before. We're observing this live as it's happening. I'm not creating the price. It's sitting at $30.34 right now. That's what Roboito is telling us, right? I'm sorry, Nicholas E just said $30.34. Can you validate that, guys? Did we reach $30.96? Did we reach $30.98? It looks like we ended up reaching $32.20 at what time? Is that Eastern time? 7, let's see. Okay, so that would be right at, wow. Okay, so 8:50 Eastern time it hit $32.30. We had a resistance already at $32.17. That means it's breaking market structure. So $32.30, let's mark off that new high. We're just gonna kind of extend this here to $32.30. We're plotting it out to see where it's gonna go. And I also want to know where AMC was, but hold on just a sec. Okay, so we ended up pulling to this upside here, and we also realized the target of the bull flag. Good deal. All right, so we pulled back pretty strong is what I'm hearing from you guys, and now we're sitting back at around $30.34 to $30.96. Is that correct? Let's see, pull back to $29.55, 710 Central. Rod is saying that right now we're sitting at $30.90, and that's roughly the target of the bull flag. Okay. Future Whale 747 is telling us that $30.96 on Interactive Brokers. Nice. So we're right at that. We're right at this target. Good deal. Okay, I like it. That means that we're using some technicals, right? We're using some psychological formation theory, and it's all kind of working out. The most important thing is that we broke market structure into this target here. That means that we made a new high above these wicks. That's a good thing. Okay? So that means that the immediate short term 10-minute is thrusting harder towards the upside. 15-minute would also be thrusting harder. And the 30 is probably thrusting now into the hourly because of what you guys just told me. So I'm going to trust that you guys are giving me the right prices. Rod is saying that that we hit 32.86 at one point. GME is now at $31. Very nice. Still just above our target, right? Very, very cool. Okay, so that means that we're headed on back. We have to see what the Euro market is going to do with the price action, and we'll be able to move it along. Remember that he showed us that this Roaring Kitty guy probably just put in another psychological catalyst to push this thing further into the upside by saying that he never sold. Does that sound familiar or what? Paul Orr giving us 3103, wow, and it's continuing on to the upside. My goodness. He actually never sold. We looked at the volume on the options contracts themselves. He never it never sold. Minimal volume the entire time. Right? So, now what I'm observing here is that the broader markets are also showing bullish. So if they're showing bullish, that means that we're going to continue on to the upside because the upside on the SPY is thrusting GME, thus thrusting AMC. Fuck yeah. Paul Orr telling us that we're sitting at 3105. Very nice. We're hovering. 3107. Brother, thank you so much. It's right about here. Right about there. And we closed the post market at 30.36. He never sold. Yes. So I'm sorry if you guys didn't actually catch the post. Here it is. Let me just show you one more time. This is the updated post from Deep Fucking Value, showing us that he's up 97%, or equivalent to $85,463,161.55 apparently. Very, very interesting times here. What I'm asking you to remember is if you were around for the last time this thing went up, does that sound familiar to you or what? Because it sounds familiar to me. Again, he held again. And that's when that's when Reddit that's when it went down, right? You couldn't, you guys didn't know. No one knew if he was holding still. Even though price action dropped and everybody was wondering, should we sell our position? Should we get out? Right? So he ended up keeping it anyway. He is literally repeating history. It's ridiculous. Yeah, you know what? The penny stocks are already screaming. Aaron is telling us right there in the chat, right in YouTube, telling us that Arca, I keep telling people that the penny stocks are going to scream. Also, because the thing here is that, remember, it's the transparency thing. It's the fight against market manipulation and all that stuff. Double X, what's up, buddy? Saying, Arca, what happens if whoever has these shares exercises all at once? If they exercise all at once, you guys, that means that price action is going to go through the fucking roof. That means that the broader market makers, right? We're talking about all the market makers would have to literally buy those shares at the lit exchange at the lit price, at any price. So say, for example, this thing is sitting at $30 and it rips to, say, $50, 70, 80, where we were prior. And then people start exercising the $20 strikes for the June 21st expiries. Remember, each contract is consistent of 100 shares. That's your exercisable right. So if everybody takes those contracts and exercises at $80, that would not only expose yes, guys, you don't hear me speak about this often is because I know. It's just I can't validate the number. I don't have an actionable number to tell you what the naked thesis is. So I don't speak about it a lot. But what I can say is that if everybody exercises, there's 140,000 current contracts right now that are in the money. They expire in June 21st. Say this thing runs to 80 and it stays there. And everybody exercises those contracts. Well, that's 140,000 of 100 shares each contract. Do they have that money Are they going to be insolvent? Right? So they're probably not going to be able to cover. So, which means that there's going to have to be a collaborative effort between major institutions to make sure that the one or the few can collect enough and distribute. Does that also sound familiar? Remember what happened the last time to Melvin Capital? This is it. That would be happening again. So in theory, yes, if these people ended up exercising at a max price, the institutions are going to have to buy at the lit exchange at whatever price that is. I don't know that they're going to be able to do that, to tell you the truth. It sounds like this play is turning into $1 trillion play. $1 trillion play. Has anyone thought of that being the plan? Double X inside of the Arca Bulls? No one has asked me that except for you. There aren't enough shares to cover. I completely agree with you. Guys, there really aren't enough shares to cover this. But if there are, that means that we're going to expose we're going to expose a really ridiculous amount of shares that really shouldn't have been in circulation. I can't speak for everyone else, Double X, if they spoke about the idea via some other outlet or another influencer, maybe. But here with the Arca Bulls team, yesterday we had around 500 people here in the stream, and there was no one who mentioned it. So you coming here and saying it to us really does mean that, holy crap, there are people thinking of other outlets here. So if there is a way to really put some pressure on an institution, do what Double X did or said, right? Because that'll put the utmost pressure on any market maker that you could ever imagine. And of course, the market maker for GME is none other than, you guys know who it is, Citadel Securities, right? Ken Griffin being the founder, CEO, whatever he is. He also has there are a few Citadels out there, right? But Citadel, the hedge fund, is particularly the one who has, I think they're still short this too. Right, so what if the market makers already own the shares? Would they own the shares, right? Remember the concept that they were showing in the HBO series for the GameStop thing, how they were showing that they have a script that can naturally execute where all they have to do is press the F1 key and it prints a synthetic share. It's an IOU. Which, by the way, this isn't new to the markets. It's been introduced since the early 90s. The IOU share, the phantom share, they called it. The naked, synthetic, whatever title you want to give it, it's been given. That share is printed, and it's printed so that they can be able to not only help price action, but the problem here is that when they use it, they can also use it to destroy companies, because they'll dilute the shit out of it. They'll put in their circulation an abnormal amount of shares that are then used as borrowed shares later. So then you're able to short a ridiculous amount of shares that weren't in circulation in the first place. So the threat to this, so the Double X is saying, see what stocks today were messed with and look up the biggest short holders. Wow. I bet you it's a huge amount of, I bet you it is, dude. And somebody has been talking about, I was about to say that. Somebody has been talking about Vanguard and or BlackRock having those major positions. It's just, I can't validate or verify that. I'm sure that the information is on Fintel and whatever else. But yeah, it exists, guys. It does. My only problem here is that I can't really talk about it because I don't have an existential number. I don't have a fixed number to be able to, say, calculate. I can't calculate something that I don't have control over. And it's blocked from the view of the retail investor. It's not up to us, guys. We don't have that. They can block trade these in the dark exchanges, in the dark pools, but we're not able to see that. But a way that we could identify a potential trade, but not by actually seeing the actual number of the trade, I can tell you this. Let me bring you down to a more granular level. Let's look at maybe the 1 minute chart, and I'm going to show you a little something here. I'm going to bring up the pre and post market lights so that you can see the difference between trading the intraday, right? This is intraday, and this is your pre-market. Euro Open is in here, right? And this is your post-market activity. So let's take a look at what happens. Price action on GME is trading at around 22.94, 22.80s, 22 whatever. As soon as this closure here, look at this. This is at 4:59 p.m. This is 5 right Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. How is it that price action can gap up this much? So it opens up at 35.13. There is no trading in between these hours here. And I'm talking about post-market into the Euro Open market. So how is there this gap here? So I know some people who are trying to quantify the numbers that are available. They're trying to see what the volume is here in comparison to the float. So they're able to tell how many shares on average were traded as a block from post-market into the pre-market. Because look at this. If we were to get rid of, let me give you the hourly time frame. If we were to get rid of the post hours pre-market, price action closed here on this day. It doesn't matter what day it is, $19, right? Let's put a line across. $19 close. If you're not observing the pre-market and post hours, price action will magically appear to you at 21.28 the next day, because this is the opening of the next day. So then you say gap up. That's right, because you weren't able to see the price action in the pre-market or the post hours. So you get that gap up, right? But what happened here? What happened there? Right? We're talking about a closure of 21.51 on this day to an open of 23.97. So we're not able to see that. What is that called? That's right. That's outside of the lit exchange. These are the dark exchanges. We're able to see block trades here based on, so that's where volatility spikes, right? Things tend to happen there. Look at this. You just got max vol. What's the 5-minute time frame? Do we have any shift in volume there? Take a look at it. This is why we observe volatility versus momentum. Look at the shift in price from 23.02 all the way to $47. Look at what volatility did. This is why we look at this model. This is why I call it the footprint model. Why the fuck does Arca call it the footprint model? Well, that's because if you're sitting, CoinFox buddy, I love you so much, dude. Guys, I'm not joking. Super Chat Challenge goal, $100. Show your love to Arca working his ass off for you and hit that like. Guys, I can't express to you how much dude, thank you, bro. Thank you so much. Every single dollar that you donate is going straight to the Arca Bulls trading team. Make sure to spread that buck through the team and let's get this thing to grow and thrive and survive. Guys, this is why we keep an eye on it. Remember the theory on this. I'm going to remind you what that theory is. Imagine that you're in a barren desert, right? The floor is completely mud. The mud, though, is completely still and perfectly leveled. There are no distortions or no interruptions on the mud on the floor. Picture that being volatility clear, right? Now, what happens when you take a step forward? And another, and another. What happens then? Well, that means that you're leaving a footprint behind for every single step that you make. And guess when this is happening? Let's just say that this was happening at 3 a.m. in a barren desert by yourself. So you start moving. You want to get out of that desert. So you take another step and another and another, and you continue. So you leave what's called a trail, right? So that trail happens and you continue to leave it behind. That footprint is what this model does. This is how I'm able to track what the institutions are doing on GME, on AMC, on the SPY, on any ticker. This is why we call it the footprint model. Right? The footprint model is able to determine It is able to determine here where the price action has been or where volume has been. I don't care what they did. I don't care what they're doing. My complete understanding is that they went from zero volatility to max volatility, and we're able to see this. That means that I'm able to measure now how many times price action made an upside move, breaking the 15% of volatility, entering the 100% of expansion on an expansion phase. And this is how we were able to tell that the price action was going to go from $9 to $22 when we first started on GME. The footprint model. They don't know that we can see this. Of course they do. It just doesn't have, not a lot of people look. It doesn't have a lot of people looking into that. But we're not fucking lazy and we do it. And guess what else we do? We build the algorithms to make sure that we can observe it just the way they do. Because it's not fucking 2021 like it was before. We're a whole new different set of traders. We're a whole new breed now. Because now you're introducing retail as also systematic and algorithmic. Fuck you gonna do when that happens? What the fuck are you gonna do when that happens? The institutions better fucking fear their shit, and they better start acting the way they do before us retail become pretty fucking aware at how to do that, right? That's what I'm here to do for you. And this is what we're doing day in and day out. So observe here what happens in your pre-market activity, because shit happens there that nobody knows about. Incredible stuff. But are we able to see it on every ticker? What about on AMC? I bet we could. Let's bring it down to a 1 minute chart and see what's up. Here's the 1 minute chart for AMC. Just like we did on the other chart, let's make sure that we can observe here the pre-market and post-hours color. Here we go. Let's get rid of the moving averages and see what's up. Take a look at that. If you're observing here with me, volatility, we were trading at around $4.26, and then out of nowhere, into the shift from the post-market close into Euro Open, it went from that low value to $5.12 and continued to almost $6. And look at volatility. So we have yet another footprint. We're able to see what happened there, which makes it measurable, which makes it quantifiable. So then we're able to measure the iterations of which this condition or this criteria meets every single time under whatever time frame we're observing, and we're able to then bring up the statistics and tell you that this has an 80% probability that it's going to make a so-and-so move over the span of so-and-so time. That's the way that I want to show you how to do it, because I've actually seen this work out. Oh, guys, I mean, look at my YouTube page, right? I've only been around. You can see it for yourself. Look at how long it's been around. It's only been around for what, almost 2.5 years, but it has around 1,400 videos released. And I can promise you that around 600 or 700 of those are back tests of this criteria here. And it has a fucking outstanding batting average. And I work on numbers, right? People lie, numbers don't. So I think, guys, that there is something, there's something in line here. And I do believe that you have the ability to see further than you think. I am an instructor for trading, guys. Hit me up. I have a 5-week course for beginners, a mentorship program. I want to see you in class there. I want to make sure that you are observing the markets the right way. ArcMastersCourse at gmail.com. Make sure to show up. And guys, thank you so much for what you're doing there for me. Really, really appreciate you. Roberto, Arca, you the man. Susan Michael saying support Arca. Thank you, Susan. Coin Fox, I love you, buddy. Thank you guys so much. Jason Harden, my bro, saying happy Monday. Thanks for I love you, buddy. Yes, we were observing ticker symbol NVOS, and it's still ripping to the upside, right? We were able to put the play together inside of the Discord, so make sure to join, right? And we'll be able to give you guys these types of plays. That's just, guys, I'm not saying this for myself. We hit an all-time high now of 152 members inside of the trading team. I absolutely love it, right? Because we're putting plays out there that are working. NVOS We had an opening valuation of 66 cents. It is now at $1.42 and slightly retraced. Right? So congratulations to you all. And let's continue observing the markets and putting the plays that matter. Guys, thank you. Thank you. Aiden Davis, my bro. I appreciate you guys so damn much. I don't even know what to say, guys. Thank you. DJ, my brother. All right, you guys. So now let's go ahead and see the immediate short-term time frame for AMC and see what it has available for us. What would price action do? Remember that it's completely reflective on GME, right? Ian Tucker, my brother, saying, when are you going to stop missing the target by a penny? Love you, brother. You had me at GTII. Oh, Abner Cruz, my bro. Good to see you here, my brother. Thank you so much for your dono. I really appreciate you guys. We broke that threshold. Guys, now we need to break the resistance on the likes, right? We have 93 likes. We have just about over 300 people watching right now. Make sure to smash that like button. Make sure to completely violate that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's get this algorithm to bring more people to the Arca Bulls team. Dev Ryder, love you, buddy. All right, let's go ahead and continue on the analysis here, team. Let's pull up the hourly time frame on AMC and see what we got for a continuation. I love it. I love it. I love it. Xanon, there's always going to be a scam. There's always going to be, guys, which, by the way, now that we have a bunch of people listening, please, guys, do me a favor. Do not, and I'm going to repeat this, guys, because it's, I gave you the story a few days ago, right, of the girl who ended up giving around $12,000 to a fake Arca. And while I'm really, I mean, it's profound that somebody would consider doing that. You know, it's fucked up. These people took her money, and she came into the the Arca lounge, right, the community chat, and she started saying, Arca, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. You took my money. And I'm like, whoa, like, what the hell happened? And it turns out that she showed the screenshots, and then everybody started replying like, hey, take a look at this. Arca is actually this number. He's 2947. That Arca there is that number. That also, the pictures are slightly crooked. You know, that little circle in the bottom right is actually not really the circle there. You can see here that he's active, but that thing is active and deactivated or whatever that is. I need you guys to watch out. And if you need to reach out to me, make sure to reach out to me to the email listed here on YouTube, right? You can see it. For business inquiries only, reach out. That's that Arca Bulls Gmail. If you're going to reach out to me there, reach out to me there. Otherwise, you can also reach out to me at the ArcMastersCourse Gmail too. Know that these are the emails that I receive. And by the way, this is actually pushing me to finally just enable my Arca at arcabulls.com, which, by the way, the domain is absolutely there and we own it. So, guys, just know that there are a lot of scammers out there, and they absolutely want to take your money. And I want you guys to be very careful. I don't want to see that. It hurts me to see that these motherfuckers are out there trying to take advantage of people that way. That sucks. It really does suck. But guys, we have an incredible team in the Arca Bulls trading team, and I love to to send out the power, right? We have one of our analysts working with one trader, another analyst working with another analyst working with another. It's an incredible community, and we can help each other grow. And let's keep it that way. Let's make sure to keep it in-house, and let's make sure to be aware that there are scammers and there are people out there who are taking advantage of you. Thank you, guys. Let's go ahead and CoinFox saying Arca will never. Yes, guys, I will never message you first, okay? And I will definitely never message you first and ask you for money. That's absolutely out of the question. Know for a fact that I will not message you first. Now, if it isn't Discord, remember, I am Arca Bulls or Arca number 2947. And you know what? There's a little animation too that I want you to. It's a brand new thing, right? Take a look at this. You see this here? That little revolving thing costs money to have. I don't want to spend that money, but I'm doing it right here so that you know who it is. So what they're doing now is that they're taking screenshots of this. So you're going to think that it's moving because it usually moves. But no. Make sure that it's Arca number 2947 and it has the animated graphics. All right, you guys? So, and I also chose the more expensive one, so that so that we can make sure that it is Arca, right? But I love you guys. Thank you so much. And guys, now, yeah, I don't know what to say, guys. I don't know what to say. All right, so the hourly time frame, yeah, we still have a little bit of downside here. In fact, the downside is very limited, I would say, down to the areas of about 4. If we're going to bring it down, I'm going to give you a range of support because there could be a continuation to the upside into tomorrow. Here it is. 475 to 465 pullback, reload. Okay, now I'm saying that this would be the target at the downside because that's your point of inflection. Okay, now let's move on. Yeah, hold on just a sec. Here we go. Now let's move on to the upside here. Since we got the support bottom here, this is your point of inflection. If you break this, anything below 464 and you start closing candles, you're going to get a pullback down here to around 430 to about 439. Don't do that. Okay, risk off of the market if that happens. If you don't already have shares, right? Consider the volatility. Sell your covered options. Right? Gather 100 shares at the highest available premium that you can see. Sell to open. Make sure to bring in that cash. It's literally free cash because everybody is buying and they're completely FOMOing into these options contracts. Off-Grid Gorilla is one of the analysts inside of the Arca Bulls team, and he's been proving that day in and day out that it does happen and it does bring in a good revenue. So know that there are options for you and there are instruments for you to benefit from while you're holding for the upside. You can still hold your shares. Off-Grid Gorilla saying, send Gorilla $2,000 and we'll show you how to make 4K bananas a day. So now Paul Orr is saying, Arca, is there a keyword I can ask you the next time you message me? Paul, is not going to be too secret if I say it out loud here to a bunch of people. And this is, let's see. Brother, I would suggest you reach me. I would suggest you reach out to me on the email, okay? If it just reach out to me by email. And then that's the better way, okay? The safest way. If you can't validate that I'm number 2947 Arca, then I would completely suggest for you to just reach out to me via email. Okay, so now let's go ahead and continue on to the analysis here. AMC's continuation to the upside feels imminent. Now, the way I can tell you that is because the RSI is sitting with an upside pivot and the SMA 14 is sitting in a gravitational point. The safe word is pineapple, he said. The Arca Bulls have secret handshakes? No. Maybe we should. Right? Okay. So yes, we are definitely in an area that we can consider a continuation to the upside. Naturally, the resistance tomorrow is going to be the prior day's high. So observe, you know what? Actually, we need to take a look at this on the 15-minute. There we go. Prior day high is actually $5.70. Immediate resistance would be around $5.16. Take care of that. Be careful. Do not break this bottom side here of 464, or else you're going to be held hostage here, right? You don't want to bag hold on that. Just wait up here. Be careful with that bottom side. Okay? Now, if price action continues to the upside and you start breaking above this 516, yeah, I can see a resistance midway. I get it. 537. But why would that resistance be there? The 537. It's because it's usually like that. There's something always 50% the way that you're going in, right? So what that tells you is price action would essentially make its way up like this, right? Well, first of all, resistance, validation of wherever you opened, continuation, resistance at that center point that we looked at from back here. And then this pulls back to validate your previous high, and you continue. In other words, it's called a zigzag, right? We'll observe what happens into the next move. Very cool stuff. People's J saying, I only send money to the real Arca. If you are new to the financial markets and don't want to get your shit rocked, do yourself a favor and sign up. People's J, I absolutely love you, buddy. Thank you so much, dude. Really appreciate that. But yeah, guys, there's a potential here for a V-shaped recovery. Remember that what happened today was bound to the NYSE glitch. I'm not sure what price action would have done otherwise, but it sold off, and that doesn't matter. It happened and it happened. We deal with what the market is doing. But know this, If the market is suggesting downside, play the downside. People think that you're going against by buying long puts. When you're buying long puts, hear the words that I say before puts. Buying long puts. You're buying long. You're going long. That means that you're not going short. Say, for example, you wanted to bet that the upside is not valid using options, not long. You could short the call. You could call bullshit on the call options. You can say, I'm going to short that call option because I bet it's not going to go up. You can do the inverse as well. You can short the put. You can short the put by saying that I call bullshit on the downside. So I'm going to short the put because I believe price action is going to go up. Right? Just like people short the underlying asset itself. So they short AMC, right? They short AMC because they believe the upside is bullshit. It's not going to go. So they short it. You can also do that. You can short the put by betting the upside. You can short the call by betting the downside. You get it? See what I mean? That is when you're going against the company's direction, right? You're shorting it. But when you're longing a put, that it's actually positive inflow. It's delta positive. You're building the liquidity pool up. So that means that you're not shorting it. You're taking advantage of a directional market via a long position. So you're actually helping. Know the difference. If you're betting on puts, long puts, you are not short the asset. You didn't just get short. All right? Know the difference. I don't want you to sound like an amateur out there, so make sure to know that, okay? Now, guys, I want to go ahead and display to you. You know the upside targets now, all right? You got them listed right in here. You have the bottom side targets right in here. Do not fall beneath this area here or else price action will dip to 430. It's as simple as that. Okay, now, the next thing I want to show you guys is actually just to touch on the continuation to this play. I'm just going to do it live, right? Because I think that live would be a safer way to do it. This was presented to the Arca Bulls trading team at 66 cents right here. Spoke to the team telling them that there could be a massive continuation to the upside. The level was 66, and from 66, we just hit 142. Is there a continuation to the upside even still? I think so, you guys, maybe. But I want you to be trading this with a massive grain of salt, okay? A massive one. Because this thing can hand you your ass. Okay, so here is my thesis for you. I do believe that this has a continuation to the upside into 167 to 173 initially. This 167 to 173, you're going to get a pullback. The pullback is likely going to be to 142. That 142 will take you on to the next target, and I already have those targets. The next target that I can observe here is going to be anywhere between $1.80 to $2, right? But the overall target is figured statistically. I have reason to believe, because of statistical analysis, that the next target could be around $2.44 and beyond. I do think that it has $3 in line. And it was a bit difficult for some of the people to agree down at 60 cents. But now we're at 140. So I want you to be careful and take this with a huge grain of salt. Let's observe the immediate short-term time frame. See if there's any continuation to the downside. I will tell you right now, this is not a safe play. I will tell you that this is a microcap, and this is not something that you should consider putting your money in. You're going to get your ass handed to. You're going to lose all your money if you don't play it right. This is not a sound play. I believe that from the statistics that this could have room to go up. When you know your direction, play that range. You get your top side, right? You pull out. You get your bottom side, you ride in. You get your top side, you pull out. And over, rinse, and repeat. Off-Grid Gorilla saying the very same thing there. Absolutely agree. Now, let's go ahead and continue on with the analysis here and see if we have a pullback in the immediate short. Since the price action here on the 5-minute is falling beneath the EMA 9 and EMA 7, especially the SMA 50, now that it's curving, there is a potential to gain entry here between 110 and 114. Why? Because this is your golden pocket. Between the 0.382 and the 0.618, specifically the 0.5 and the 0.618, could present a very bullish opportunity, seeing that the 0.5 or the 50% retrace has confluence with your EMA 200. Wait for the pullback. Wait for price to get to you, and then you'll be able to get that long position. And there likely is a bounce to the upside into the 136, maybe even 142 tomorrow. In which case, you'll take again that resistance level, right? Take profit and you're out. Wait for this thing to retrace, reload at the support, continue it on. Sounds good, right? It's a little difficult to diamond hand or to hold long plays in the market conditions in which we're in, as you clearly saw today with the glitch, right? So if you were holding long a ticker, price action completely went against you because of the glitch, right? Don't be subject to the glitch. Don't be subject to the glitch. That shit is gonna hold you captive. All right, you guys. So, but yeah, I think, guys, that we do have some things in line for a continuation to the upside on NVOS. I'm just presenting it here as a live. I'm not gonna do it on a dedicated video because I don't want to let it out. I don't want to let it out as an individual, right? And I put it all the way here on purpose. So for those of you listening, you're probably going to be able to observe the markets here together the right way, right? Because the short thesis probably didn't watch all the way to this point, but you did. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for participating here with the Arca Bulls trading team. I want to make sure to extend that invite to you one more time. Come by. There's the link. Guys, so, yeah, aside from NVOS, guys, we know what the SPY is going to do. I want to make sure that you know that every single time we finish a stream here, there is an after party. And we go straight into the Discord, and we have the after party every single time, you guys. It's becoming bigger and bigger. Like I said, you guys, we reached an all-time high a little bit earlier. We reached 151 members in the Arca Bulls trading team. It's growing exponentially. Just know that there's a little bit of risk on the SPY now that I'm remembering here. Daily time frame, a little bit of a crucifix here, right? You have a hanging man. So which means that price action could certainly come down 523.55, which is what? That's the downside that we already observed on GME and AMC. Remember. All right, we just talked about it. All right, so just heads up. Heads up. By the way, OGG is really not joking with that shit, man. Send them your cash. He'll trade it for you. Not financial advice. I'll kick you in the ass. All right. But guys, just come by and we'll be able to see it. Concepts, I love you, buddy. Dude, I know. Dude, the last time you left me a dono and you asked it for me and I completely messed up on you, buddy. I owe you that one. Stay the fuck away from FFIE. Why are you doing that? Let's take a look. 30-minute time frame. I want to see where volatility is headed. It's okay. Damn it, dude. Damn it. Guard, love you, buddy. Oh, God. Am I really saying this, dude? Guys, this ticker has, oh my God. Are you serious? It's on an ascending triangle and this thing is getting ready to break out. Oh my God. What? Okay, guys, I believe that there is, they're doing this all the time. Remember, okay? They're doing this thing where okay, hold on. I'm trying to look at this really carefully here. I want to make sure that we're observing the same thing together. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, they're definitely, damn it, there is, okay? It's an ascending triangle. This is a continuation formation, which means that people are thinking it's going to go bullish, but this is continuation to the downside, okay? But it doesn't mean that it has to be played to the downside, because this also has criteria that can lead to a potential upside. How is that? Well, it's also a potential pennant, and the pennant could be breaking out soon. I don't want to show you that. I'm in fact showing you this one in preference because I believe this one will create the least amount of confusion, although it will create confusion. People will think that this is bullish, but it's not. Okay, now if it does go to the upside, it's because this thing got flipped over and people believed it was going to go to the upside. But it generally plays to the downside. When it's built during a downside and then you start converging price, that's a continuation signature, right? Notice how the 10-minute time frame is overbought. Notice how we're completely converging towards the top of this, creating those higher lows with consistent tops. That is a bearish formation, okay? Could there be a continuation to the upside, though? Sure. I bet there could be. This thing could flip to the upside at any immediate moment. But I'm not going to tell you that. Because this thing is playing the downside. Right? It's playing it like this. Let me go ahead and give you those targets to the downside. Let's just say that this thing would break down from around this point here. These are two potential targets. Sorry for that crooked thing. My ADD is getting to me. You're looking at a 43.28 to about 29.37 based on this formation's continuation. I believe it. I believe it because this thing is a psychological formation for continuation. Now, what are statistics saying though? Or what are physics saying? The 30-minute time frame is at a very bullish point. This is so far up your ass, man. Damn. Preston, what's up, buddy? Oh, dude, thank you so much, man. That really means a lot. Hold on, guys. Sorry, I know that I'm not keeping up with every single message. Sorry, guys, just a sec. The hourly time frame is about to shift to the upside too from a critical expansion. This is what I mean by saying that there could be a potential upside because of the signature inside of that 15-minute leading into the 30. That's already a large enough thrust to pressure into the hourly and also the bi-hourly. But that doesn't mean it's going to happen. That means that it could rise to the top side of around 74, maybe around 71, and then fail. So heads up on that. Okay, please be very careful with that. Because there could be a complete trap here. But FFIE, guys, I know that they just released a positive PR, right? They're saying that they're going to do whatever and whatever else. But I need you to remember, too, that they've done that before. They've done that before, and they've kicked the rock down the road over and over and over. Right? So it looks like this thing is going to continue to the downside. No, I didn't catch it, brother. In fact, Options and Off-Grid Gorilla caught it. I think they're both still betting the downside on it from way up there. They're massively in the money. Okay? Now, just know that, okay? We have a signature for a potential upside that could be powerful, but it needs to happen. The criteria needs to show. If it doesn't show, then it doesn't go. Okay? But remember that this immediate short-term time frame does present a potential downside. Okay? Not only that, I want to show you that this is also considered a bi-formation breakdown. You have a shoulder, and a head. You have an inverse head and shoulders here. Everybody's thinking, no, you can't do the line like that. Fuck yeah. Why? What's stopping you from making the line like that? I'm going to go ahead and put that line like that because my fucking ass itch, and I'm going to make sure that it is like that because that's the way I practice it. Bottom side target confluent to the middle target of your triangle. It's already rhyming. 45 cents. I don't give a shit, guys. This is what the chart is showing. I'm not going to tell you otherwise. If the chart is showing that, I'm going to tell you what the chart is. I'm not going to, guys, I don't know how else to give it to you. Dev Writer, you're right. Okay. So, that's also another ticker that I remember playing. TTWO. I remember we played this, I want to say, maybe a week ago. It sounds familiar. I mean, we definitely looked at it, and I think we did write it. Okay, yeah, we did. Nice. Holy crap, it continued. And also, this was the signature. I remember. A million miles an hour here, guys. It's all good. Oh, my goodness. The CEO made a YouTube video. What the hell? That's desperate times, buddy. Okay, so yeah, there may be continuation here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the immediate short term and see what's up. Your 1 hourly time frame, right? This is the hourly time frame showing an upside pivot with expansion. Nice. Bi-hourly time frame, a little consolidating. Okay, that's cool. 3 hour, same situation. 4 hour powerful, but it's overbought. 6 hours overbought, but still suggesting upside with expansion on volatility. 8 hour time frame, still upside with expansion. That's pretty insane. And it's kind of subsiding by the 12 hour. I want to see the 3 day though. There it is. And especially the 4 day, I bet that one's it. Holy shit, it is. There's your signal. When did it fire? Potentially fired today. Yes. So there is immediate short-term time frame, consolidation, some continuation to the upside, but the real signal for an upside is on the 3 day, 4 day. And this is a really powerful signal. In the area of bull control, we're approaching gravitation and we're just expanding beyond the 15th percentile. That's the moving average right there. Let me get rid of this thing here. Check out the moving average piercing the 15%. And we're also penetrating with the volatility component. I mean, exponentially. Okay? So yeah, I do believe that this has a further upside. It's sitting at 163.64 right now. If it has this big of a signature, let's see how much history it has. 1998. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah. This has enough thrust. Oh, dude, this is a very bullish setup too. Guys, I got to tell you, right, this thing probably heads, it's probably headed to 200 and maybe even beyond. The signal on the 4 day is really big. It's actually really, really, really big. So this is probably headed to $200 and maybe beyond. Without a back test, I can tell you that, yeah, this has a fat ass, man. And it's riding. Very nice call on this one. And thank you for reminding me, by the way. I love it. Thank you so much, brother. But guys, you know what? I did notice that a few people were mentioning that ticker. This was Sebastian was in this, Peggy. Right? Okay. So remember that the thesis on this has been alive since back here on May 30th. We were talking about a potential drop. This is your ascending channel, right? An ascending channel is a bearish formation. So this is suggesting a continuation to the downside. Now, if it is a continuation to the downside, that means that the total width, which is taken like this, right? From the top side of your channel to the very bottom side of your channel, apply it to the breakout point. Let's use a larger time frame though. A little smaller. Let's go 6 hour maybe. Yeah, let's do a 4 hour. Okay, that looks pretty comfortable. Yeah, I would say so. Take the width, right? Just like that. Apply it to the breakdown candle, which is this one here, this red one. No contact. Your bottom side target based on this formation is 1167. You're trading at 1983. And you were about 3 or 4 days ago at 42. So this is continuing to the downside. This is probably another one of those hogs. Okay, now let's validate the downside. The 4 hour time frame has a little bit of a bounce. 6 hour time frame, a little bit of a bounce as well, but not too convincing. 8 hour time frame downside, 12 hour time frame downside, daily downside. The 3 day time frame is about to get that feel from all of those time frames before it. I do think that while it's moving slowly, it does realize that bottom side. The only reason that I think price action would not continue to the downside is this. Let me present it to you, and it's specific to the 3 day time frame. All right, here we go. This is a gap here. So we're going to have to watch out for that gap. Just like this. The space is 1752 to 1499. This area in here is one that I need you to focus in on. So that now brings it into the range of about a 5-minute trade using a 3-day time frame. 1620 to 1566 is my zone where there could potentially be a bounce. This is what I'm telling you. It's still a short play. Price action drops to the 1754, validates your 1945. Drops into the zone that we're talking about in here, validates the resistance of the 1750. This continues to the downside, right? Into that area here of about 15 cents, validates the top end of the tiny range that we just looked at, and continues. What does that look like to you? It's a ladder attack. That's kind of what I'm observing here. So heads up, watch out. Make sure to be safe in the markets, but I still think that this has a short presence. Immediate short-term time frame starting to expand with a downside pivot. 5-minute time frame is already in that downside pivot. Yeah, man. I would be very careful with this. It looks like the 30-minute and the hourly do have some upside. Potential resistance is found at 2248. That could be an area for you to consider short, and it is a range, 2415 to 2248. Get short here, bring it down. Be very careful because this thing has the signatures for all kinds of short plays. Let's see, why stay in Peggy when there's better opportunities like in Woof? MMAT looking massively bullish too. MMAT is another play that we've been able to knock out. We're meeting the targets one by one from the play that I posted in the Arca's weekly plays last week, and it's still working. Okay, you guys, I appreciate everybody for coming on by. Remember, join the Arca Bulls trading team. I want to see you there present in the first thing in the morning. Make sure to hit up the Arca Bulls Gmail, right? Hit the ArcMastersCourse if you're interested in reaching that beginner's program. That's going to be your 4 to 5 week crash course mentorship. ArcMastersCourse at Gmail. No excuses. Make sure to reach out. I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming on by. Make sure to shoot out any questions. And remember, let's get to the after party inside of the Discord with the rest of the team. I absolutely love you guys. Thank you so much for coming on out. I love you guys. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. Never, ever, never, ever, ever. I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well. A very, very good rest of your night and or day. And I'll catch you at the Bell Mañana. Adios. Fuck yeah!